When I was learning English, I learned phrases like, I understand you. Perfectly correct English. Then I started talking to native speakers, and suddenly everyone was saying, I got you. Wait, what happened? Did my teacher teach me wrong? Did my textbook lie to me? Why does real English sound so different from the English we learned in school? Let's start with some good news. Your teacher didn't teach you the wrong English, and your textbook didn't lie to you. The English you learned is correct. The problem is that classroom English and real English have different jobs. Your teacher is trying to teach you the language. Native speakers are simply using it, and those are two different things. In fact, if you've seen my video about why native speakers are so hard to understand, this is one of the biggest reasons. Your teacher is trying to make English easier to understand. Native speakers aren't teachers. They are just talking. Think about your first language. Do you always speak in complete sentences? Do you carefully follow every grammar rule? Do you avoid slang? Probably not. Most people don't. Real conversations are messy. People interrupt each other, change topics, use slang, speak in shortcuts, and English is no different. That's why I understand you often becomes I got you. Not because one is right and the other one is wrong, but because one sounds more natural in everyday conversation. One of the biggest surprises for me was discovering how different movies sounded in English compared to translated version I grew up watching. When I started watching shows in the original language, I realized something. People were not speaking the way I expected them to. The grammar was less perfect, the sentences were shorter, the expressions were completely different. And yet, native speakers understood each other perfectly well. That's when I realized fluent English isn't textbook English. It's communication. This doesn't mean you should stop studying grammar or throw away your textbooks. Textbooks are important. They are the foundation. But at some point, you also need to explore real English. Podcasts, interviews, movies, conversations. Because the goal isn't just to learn English. The goal is to understand how people actually use it. So if native speakers don't sound like your teacher, don't panic. It doesn't mean you've learned the wrong English. It means you are moving from classroom English to real-world English. And that's a normal part of becoming fluent. Now I would love to hear from you. What's the biggest difference you've noticed between textbook English and real English? Let me know in the comments. And if you've ever thought, I understand English but still cannot speak it, make sure you watch my video about that next, because understanding English and using English are two different skills. See you soon.